Hello everybody. Ahmed Omer pointed me to a Blender tutorial where it shows how to model a tunnel. I didn't watch this tutorial because it's quite long, but I think I know what he's looking for. So let's do this. I start with a square and go to the right view and make this square 1.5 meters and a height of 150 millimeters and put everything in the middle. Now, the reason why I put this in, this is just a kind of a reference, because the distance between the two rails of a normal railway is a bit less than 1.50 m, but this is good enough for what I'm doing. Next, I make the profile for the tunnel. I will not do a subdivision model. I use therefore a bit more sides, 48, and bring it out from the middle, and I make it 2.5 meters by 2.5 meters, and I think this is more or less a good size for a one rail tunnel. Let me see the vertices and let's see the grid. Then I go to vertex mode, select this vertex here and the next one, up arrow key to here, and then we can go to vertex, align with the uniform, and this is our tunnel profile. So I bevel this, I make an inset of 50 millimeters and delete. And no need for the words anymore, no need for the grid. Now I bring this down a bit to about here, and no, let's first make the drain. Every tunnel has a drain, so let's do this. I select this edge here, B for bevel with round level of 1, bevel it like so, then I can take all these W key. This is our drain. Then I make the rail support, or however these things are called. So I select this and Shift X, make this 200 millimeters, that's good. Delete the bottom of it, select it, go to edge mode, select all these edges, B for bevel again with a round level of 0, and bevel this to about here. That's good. Then Alt C, count of 1, and then we can delete this half of the tunnel. Delete. Now, if you want to make a tunnel, there are quite a lot of repetitive objects, and it needs a little bit of planning. You need to know how often you want to repeat it and at what distances. So something which is not repetitive are the rails. So let's start with the rails first. W key, bring this Control Z, W key, bring this down to here. Then we can add a square in here. Pardon me. And I cut through here, so a single edge through here, and another one through here, and another one through here, and one through the middle, Alt C. Then we can take these two edges here and this one, not this one, let's hide this here, we don't need it for the time being, and R key, bring this in. I should have put another edge in here. Like so. Then we can bring this, make it a bit smaller, R key again. Then lift the middle one up a bit, W, like so, and then we can round the top of this rail, make a bevel with a round level of 1, like so. And this here is give it the material M, this is the rail top, hide it, M again, this is rail bottom, unhide, this is the tunnel, this here is going to be the rail support, M, rail support, I have no idea how this is called in English, and let's put this to the right position, W, bring it down, and bring it over to here, like so, and select this edge here or edges and vertex, set position 0 on Z, okay. Comes to this side probably. Let's see. Okay, so now we have the rail, and I remove this edge here and Z key, bring this out, select these two edges, R key, bring them down to 0, vertex, merge, automatic, one has merged, good. Then we can select this here and B for bevel again, make it a little bit round. This is our walkway, so material, walk, and then I would like to make a pipe, so let's make a pipe with 24 sides, that's good enough. Make it about 1 on 1, that's good, and bring it a bit more down to here, select it, M for material, and this is the pipe. Next we make the cables, so we need another, this is the only part which I will use subdivision modeling, so 8 sided, and bring this out maybe 33 by 33 millimeters, and center it in Z. Now we can go to duplicate, clone, 4 clones is good, and bring these up like so, so that they almost touch but not completely. So we can select this, basic center selected all, A key. And now I make the cable support, so let's take a square about like this. Then center this all and bevel it and delete. Then I select these edges, R key, W key, and bring them over, and this here is going to be the cable support, and these here are going to be the cables, like so. Now I can copy this, W key, and bring it to about here, and I need a single one of these for another purpose, which you will see later in the video. So copy, Control V, W, and bring it up to here. Now we can place these. So W, the first one to about here, Shift A to center this. Then I select these here, not these, W key, bring it out a bit, E key, but with the gizmo here, and rotate this till it makes sense, like so. That's not so important. Now we have the profile, and let's make the first segment. So I select this part here and these two, then invert this selection, perspective, then Shift X, and extrude this, Control Z, -1 meter and 0 here. Okay, and delete these highlighted polygons. Now I can put this more or less in the middle, W key, and before I continue, I want to get some variation in these cables, otherwise they look very artificial. So select edges in here and in here, Alt C with the count of 2 and uniform. Then we can select these, W key, bring them down a bit, and 2 of these, W key, and we can also select them and subdivide. So press the Tab key. Okay. Next I will extend the supports, so Shift X, and move them to about here, like so. Good. The next thing I want to do is I want to have a support for the pipe every 3 meters. So I need 2 clones of this. Go to Duplicate, Clone, number of clones 2, click in the viewport and bring this out, -1 meter again, -1 meter. And let's check if the vertices have merged. Automatic, no. Good. Now we can increase the variation of the cables a bit. Okay, this should be enough, and it's just to make sure that it doesn't look too straight. Okay, now we need the support, so I add a single edge in here, select it, bevel it with a round level of 0 to about here, Alt 3 to convert to polygons, B again, and on the blue handle bevel it out, Shift up arrow M, give it the material, this is the pipe support, and let's have a look from the front. I take these two polygons, Shift X, bring them down to here and delete. By the way, we can now also, this was highlighted, we can now also delete the polygons which we don't need, these three delete, and do the same up here, delete, and we can delete also the outer hole, we don't need it. So the next thing is I want to have a light every 6 meters and some additional geometry on the ceiling of the tunnel. So duplicate, clone, a single clone here, and bring this -3 meters. Check if the vertices have merged. Yes, looks good. And just to make sure, yes, it's a single part. Good. Okay, let's make some lights. So I use these here. Of course, you can do as much more detail. We can add screws, all sorts of things. But I think you get the idea of how to do such a tunnel model. So B for bevel again, bevel this in, shift click, bevel it out a little, shift up arrow, M key again, and this is the light material. Now in this view I select a square and bring it out about here. This was 80 by 80 millimeters. Good. Then delete these polygons, delete, put this in the middle and add some. This could, for example, be something where the electric wires of a tunnel would be, but I think we have no electric wires. So another single edge here, then I can select this, Shift X and delete and give it the material M. This is tunnel ceiling whatsoever, and perspective, W key, I put this more or less in the middle between the light and the end of the segment, about here. Okay, now there is one other thing. Tunnels are usually not one single piece. They are they have a gap in between. So I select this edge, B for bevel, bevel it in with a round level of 0, Alt 3, B again, and on the blue handle bring it to here, Shift up arrow M, this is the gap, it's these little details which make things look more or less realistic. So next I want to have ventilation every 12 meters. So duplicate, clone, one single clone, and bring this to here at -6 meters. Now our tunnel half is already 12 meters long. So vertex merge, let's check if things have merged. Yes, looks like it. And we can now make the ventilation, which I think goes to here. No, 2 is enough. So B again, bevel is in, shift click, bevel it in, shift up arrow, M, call this ventilation, and now I can select these outer polygons, L key and B again, and bevel is up a bit, shift up arrow, M, ventilation, just to be on the safe side. That's good. Now we have 1/2 of the tunnel, and I save this to my desktop as tunnel tutorial. Okay, save. Now I think it gets time to mirror this. So duplicate, mirror over Z, but I don't need this here. Hide, duplicate, mirror over Z, apply, and just to make sure, merge automatic, none have merged, good. U for unhide, and now I want to have 4 clones of this. So duplicate, clone, 4 clones. Then we have 5 times 12, which is 60 meters. So 4. And this must go 12 meters. So -12 meters. And again, vertex merge. Yes, now they have merged. Good. Okay. And before I continue, I want to make some adjustments on this one here. So top view, and move this W key to about the middle of the first light, like so. Then we can go to the other end, select this, and shift up arrow, delete this part. Now we have, let me check, we have 54 edges or 55 vertices. We must remember this. Okay, next I will probably bring this up a bit. You will understand what I'm doing in a minute. So W key and bring this to here. Yes. Okay. Now this is just a straight tunnel which looks a bit boring. So let's change that. I go to top view and then select everything and put it in the middle. A key, then I go to deform, bend, and use the bend tool from about here and bend this up a bit so we will not see the end of the tunnel when we look through it. Then I go drop the tool to the side view, use the bend tool again and bend this down. Now I think I bend it up. That looks probably more interesting. Let's have a look. Perspective from here. Yes, that looks quite interesting. Now the reason for this part here is I have to place some lights, and if I bend this, the lights wouldn't follow the bend if I would have placed them, so I do it with the curve. And to generate this curve, let me select this here, no, this one, Shift A, no good. Now Shift A again, then I select this vertex here and the next one, up arrow key, and remember we had 56 edges, which makes 54 edges, which makes 55 vertices. And now we can, yes, looks good. Now we can Shift O to make an open curve, then delete this, select this curve, if we can select it, here this should work, Control X, new mesh, Control V, and bring this new mesh in. Then I think I should make the lights visible and call this mesh 2 here curve, and delete this directional light, delete, yes, yes to all, and add a new item here, and I put in a cylinder light. Then I select this light, Control select my curve, Shift F5 to go to the scripts directory and run the path duplicate script. We know the spacing must be 6 meters, and then press populate path. You will find more details to this script in another of my tutorials, namely the one in the animation series where I make the tank thread. Okay, now these lights are oriented the wrong way and I did something else which is not good. I should have adjusted the color of the lights, but we can do this later. Anyway, let's try, that's good. And you know, when it comes to lighting and texturing, you know, I am really an ignorant. I don't know a lot, so I take as many defaults as I possibly can. So, and if you go to the render window now, A key, let's find a nice view, and you see with these lights now. So first what I do is I go to the shift click on this arrow here, then select all the light materials, and give them a warmer color, something like this. I have removed some of the cables so it does not look that symmetrical. Maybe we can even take one more out here, delete, and I will now assign some lights. I explain the light material. Go to the material trans, select this and give it maybe 3 watts per square meter, and take a warmer color also here. So I will speed up the rest. You can put in as many materials as you like, and it would be great if someone who knows more about texturing and lighting would make a tutorial on how to do this properly. As I said, I am an ignorant in this respect. And I will add a shader, so special shader, and make this shader produce a little bit fog. And I make linear fog, not like this, and fog color maybe something bluish to make it look a bit spooky, and the fog distance 15 meters, and stop at 300 meters. And then we should get a nice foggy effect in the background here, maybe 25 meters, and then meters. I render this, and as I said, it would be great if someone who knows more about lighting would make a tutorial on how to properly light such a touch. So let's render this, F9. So here we are. That's the finished render. Took a while to do so. Let me check. 2 minutes 13. That's not so bad. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it and you could use one or the other idea. And take care and have fun modeling with Modo. See you some other time. Bye bye.